Yeah, the older, like when I was younger, I was always very much against the idea of monogamy, right? Like in this shitty, dumb way that like a 21-year-old guy,
right,
who
right.
is
not
like,
that, like the
hey,
states
like
says we're in love. Or
marriage is
anything.
just a piece of paper. Like, why shouldn't we be free? And now there are people. And last time we were lightly joking about poly people. We got some hate mail for that. Like,
Brett, I quote you.
Somebody called me. Hold on, I got to say this. Somebody called me a fan too. And if you're listening, I love you. No hate, but they said us literally gently mocking poly people, like gently mocking them in the juvenile humor way that me and you do.
Right, we weren't gently.
They said this is a reactionary take.
I remember that.
And I thought about that for a little while, and I'm like, okay, but for something to be reactionary, it has to be a reaction to something that is inherently socially progressive. So the underlying claim here is that polyamory inherently is a socially progressive formation, romantic formation, and therefore joking about it, opposing it, or having any criticisms of it is inherently reactionary. And that's just not the case. You can have progressive forms of monogamy or progressive forms of polyamory. Like I have some polyamory friends who are a little bit older than me, and they're genuinely committed to like deconstructing their own jealousy, and they think this is like a really important part of their own lives and their own inner development, is that we are going to do polyamory, and we're going to actively confront the jealousy and the tough emotions that come up from it, and we're going to better ourselves through this process. I find that interesting, and I find that at least a progressive experiment. But there are reactionary ways to be poly. There are reactionary ways to be monogamous. And I think there's no one-size-fits-all for everybody. And throughout my life, having done the hedonism thing, having flirted around with the polyamory thing, I've come to have a deep respect, especially as I get old, and I do have children as well, which add to it, for what monogamy can provide you. You know, the putting all of your love and affection that you would normally spread out to random people you meet at bars and stuff, to put that onto a person, to have that intimacy with somebody that you can only build up over years of being together, real intimacy that you will never have on a one-night stand or a 2-month relationship, you know, the intimacy of having children together, going through difficult things together, going through losses together. It builds this deep relationship with you and this other person that I think is so much more enriching, for me personally, I'm only speaking for myself, than anything that I did outside the bounds of monogamy, right? Monogamy has its own really nourishing elements, which is why humans across cultures and time tend to go in that direction. Now, should everybody be forced into that? Of course not. Can monogamy have its own pitfalls? Absolutely. But that does not make polyamory inherently socially progressive, and it doesn't make monogamy inherently socially reactionary.
All right. Can I talk?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah. So Brett said that really like intellectually and profoundly, but I'm going to cover up all his bullshit. So the modern person as is today is so individualistic that we have like our ideas of ourselves. We can't live like tribe people or like this is how people used to live. No, we think of ourselves as a full emotional and mental human being. And there is no way, I'm going to say it right now, timestamp it. Also, send me money on Patreon. But there is no way you could see a dick go into a person you love or have a person you love have a dick go into them and not have it hurt you in some way. Because you can have, and this is, I think, what a lot of people do, there is a sexual fixation on it. It's very hot to like see that stuff, but that's all minute. It's all very just fleeting. It's like
ephemeral nonsense.
It's just it's a bottle rocket, and then when it goes, what you're left with is the important stuff, the hurt that has, and so there's no way you can just see that. And people could be like, we weren't meant for this. It's like we were not meant for a lot of shit we have.
We weren't meant to be talking into microphones right here.
We're not meant for have fucking smartphones. We're not meant for a lot of stuff. There is no way you are. And I go back to this. Okay, maybe some people are, but I go to my unicorn theory where I go, how often are you going to find this? You're going to find a person that is so socially and mentally and emotionally and adjusted that they can actually put away their pride, which, by the way, probably takes years. It's not some hot 20-year-old, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It takes years. You're going to find that random-ass person that's able to do this. And then not only that, but they want polyamory. Then, two, you're going to have to find another person that is so, even if you live in a big city, a big progressive city like Portland, is so incredibly just humility. It's not fake. It's not enough of like some burning, because a lot of this shit comes from trauma. I think that's why I stomp on it so hard. And you're going to find that person. And then, by the way, it's polyamory. So you have to find a third person that is so, like, connecting those 3 dots to be fit out of the pool of people you could choose because you're based off your sexual desire. So I like the way he looks. I like the way she looks. You're going to pick someone that is not fit for it. It is like saying, you know what?
You're saying it's very hard to get all those pieces to match up.
I'm saying that, you know what? This lifestyle, I think, is acceptable because every once in a while it's $800 million. And you're talking about playing the Powerball.
You're saying, yeah, the odds of you making that work and finding people that jive perfectly with your vision and their vision, to be able to do it successfully.
Because, by the way, you're talking about love. Like, how hard is it? Like,
let me ask you this though.
All right.
From playing devil's advocate on the polyamory side,
I know you would.
Is there an argument to be made that the possessiveness and the jealousy that we feel, that hurt that you were talking about, that hurt that you would feel after watching somebody that you really love, have sex with somebody else or just be in love with somebody else, whatever.
And enjoy it, by the way.
And enjoy it, yes. That hurt. Is that something that's worth confronting and possibly trying to transcend?
No, because there are so many things that are hurtful and fake and false and tough to transcend in your life already that you don't need to climb that mountain. There's enough shit. There's enough